Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Balderton Methodist Church 7 for 10. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Kathy Bates. Do you have a bucket list? Well, we often hear people say that they have a bucket list. Recently, my neighbour remarked that he was going to Skegness that afternoon. He said they'd visited Skegness many times over the years and always promised themselves that they would go to Gibraltar Point in hope of spotting the seals. He said that this is on my bucket list, and it's a very long list, so I need to start now. You see, I'm getting older and I've just retired, and I need to do all these things whilst I'm able, because life is too short to wait. Well, I thought about his remark and it really made me think. None of us know just how long we have to remain in this world. So if I made a bucket list, it may not necessarily include where I want to visit, although I've always fancied a holiday in the Caribbean. As we get older, we can look back on our lives, be proud of our achievements and those of our loved ones. Reminisce on the highs and lows. Maybe think about the disappointments. I'm sure when we look back, we can think of the things that we may have done differently. Consequences, perhaps. Perhaps sometimes it was the right decision, or unfortunately, we may have made the wrong decision. But there's not much we can do about what's happened in the past. We can have memories. We can look back on special times, but no, we can't change the past. We can have our own bucket list. Just a couple of things I'd include. Time to visit people who I have not seen for ages, despite parting promises that we would get together regularly. I also want to make memories with my grandchildren. Do you ever think about things you'd like to do before your time on earth is over? I believe that there's a bucket list for everyone. One thing I heard about recently, and that was someone on their bucket list, and they said they wanted to go and kiss the top of the Empire State Building. Well, that goes for some people, doesn't it? Or, from my point of view, learn to play guitar. Don't know how many times I've started lessons, but I never got good enough to sit in front of anybody and sing them a song. But if you believe that God has a purpose in your life, there are some other things that should be on your bucket list. For sure. Here are some things that as Christians we wouldn't want to get to the end of our lives without having accomplished. Take a risk to love deeply, passionately, unconditionally. Make sure your spouse, children, or other family know that you love them by your words and actions. Make sure that things are right between you and God and that Jesus is your Saviour. Forgive those who hurt you. Apologise to those you have harmed and ask for their forgiveness. Talk to the people closest to you about Jesus. Some other bucket list items have a much longer time frame, but are no less important. Pass on your expertise in something to those who are coming after you. Live a life of integrity, not perfect, but open and honest. Have God fully deal with you in the areas that where you are vulnerable. Develop the characteristics of love, joy, peace, graciousness, kindness, faithfulness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control, the fruits of the Spirit. Put everything else at risk to accomplish God's purpose for you. Some of those bucket list items are growth issues that you and God will need to work on throughout your life. All of them will take small steps on a regular basis to accomplish. Don't get to the end of your life and be left with, if only. If you're headed towards regrets now, it's not too late to start working on your bucket list. I like how one person said, "Don't die with your music still in you." Thank you for listening tonight. It's been good talking to you, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you. Good night. God bless.